The following is not meant for children, has been edited by Cute Stuff, and is brought to you by support from Patreon. Hello, and welcome back! I am MaesterAelix, and this is MaesterAelix's Build Love Time, or better known as MaesterAelix's BLT. The videos in this series are where I go over character builds for some of my favorite RPGs, and in this video I plan to show you, step by step, how to make a character build that I really enjoy and explain why I enjoy it, and hopefully you will too. Now, I like to make fun and flavorful character builds, something that leans more into ROLE play as opposed to ROLL play. However, it never hurts to give yourself some numerical advantages from time to time, as a bit of treasure. Now, my way is far from the only way to build characters. This is just one character built the way I think is fun. However, I hope it is a way that you might enjoy, and a character you would enjoy playing yourself one day. Now, let's take time to build this BLT.
Yar hard and avast, you build rats. Get me all the energon you have in your hull, and, if you do so snappish, I won't bite your face off.
Today's BLT is for the Transformers RPG by Renegade Games. This week is brought to us once again by everyone's favorite amazing artist, Stefano Romano, or at Star Dropkick over on X. And you can find more of their excellent art at their website, romanostefano.com. The character today is Riptide. Pirate Shark No. This bot's alt mode is a Thresher Shark. And while this image doesn't show it, he's more robot looking. Like the Dinobots are robot dinosaurs, Riptide is a robot shark. And yes, I definitely chose this for that tale. Riptide learned long ago the freedom of the open sea and waves was not a kind of freedom for many bots. But when the Decepticons came around shouting about freedom from functionalism, he was all for it. Since then, he's been a dedicated Decepticon, allowed to sate his energon hunger on Autobots and any other non-Decepticons alike. And while his vicious cruelty was appreciated, his preference to eat his meals this way had isolated him from the other Decepticons. But that just means more ocean for himself. So, let's get into this first bite of this BLT, shall we? The books you'll need to get from Renegade Games to make this character as I've set it out here are the Core Rulebook, Decepticon Directive, and the Transformers 1 Sourcebook. Now, let's get started. Influence. I felt to do Riptide right, he would need 2 influences, because I really wanted a specific hang-up, and why not get yourself an extra bonus out of the deal? So for the influences, I went with Ambitious and Isolated. Both of these are found in the Transformers 1 Sourcebook. And while both are very nice on their own, when you put them together, this can result in a once-per-scene total reversal of fate. Not only take a bad roll and remove the penalties, but also give yourself a bonus. As for the hang-up I wanted, as a shark I felt the need to give him Always Hungry from Decepticon Directive. It explains his need to chew and bite and fight. He's lean and mean, and unlike his Sharkticon cousins, he's actually rather smart. Origin. There's a perk I really wanted to grab for Riptide right away, so this time I went with the Drone Origin from Decepticon Directive. This is a very neat origin that gives you a bonus perk at level 1, but at a cost. And it mimics other origins, including their origin perk with its own. A hint of independence. The drone imperfection I chose was Energon Hunger, which goes perfect with the Always Hungry, kind of explains why he's always hungry. The perk I wanted to grab at level 1 is Might Makes Right. It has a small collection of benefits, but the reason I wanted to get it early is so its clause of Persuasion is a strength skill too can be used earlier. So, with that established, what other origin did I want to copy? At first I was thinking Swimmer, but after a quick comparison I went with Cutter.
Cutter is faster, and the surface invasion perk is so nice. On its own, it's pretty good, but when we add in a few of these other perks we're getting, it's going to become devastating. The drone origin gives us our choice of essence scores and skills to start, which is very nice. I chose to go with Strength Essence and the skill Brawn. There's a very specific piece of gear I want him to have. It needs a D4 in Brawn to wield. On to the roll. For Riptide, the role I chose was Warrior. It's a good role, but what really makes Riptide shine is the focus of Brute from Decepticon Directive. I almost chose Shredder for him, but when I saw the name Dirty Blows in Brute, I was sold. From Base Warrior, you'll want to swap out the cybernetic perk of Hardcore for Give Me That from Decepticon Directive. Slapping weapons out of an enemy's hand is just funny and works surprisingly well for the rest of the build. You'll also get Foot Soldier, which gives you more free actions, Manifest melee weapons, which is very handy to have, but will become less and less useful as we level up. And last is Wisdom through Experience. As the bot that is largely isolated from the rest, he'll need this investigation skill to survive. Warrior gives you a +1 to your Strength Essence, which I use once more to increase the Brawn skill, covering the prerequisite for later. And it gives you a +1 to your Smarts Essence, and I put that skill point into Alertness. As for the focus, as I said earlier, I went with Brute. This is a wonderfully vicious focus, and it focuses on disadvantaging your opponents for easier feeding, which is why Give Me That fits so well. The perk this gives us at this level is Dirty Blows. Dirty Blows is written a little poorly, so let me just clarify it as best I can from how I interpret it. The alternate effect to attacks it gives is only on attacks that use your reach, including reach that has been lengthened by weapons. Now with that cleared up, the main thing to remember is to use the alternate effect to give condition effects to your enemies. For the faction, this bot is a mean and nasty Decepticon through and through. Do you think Optimus would let there be a shark that eats people? No. So the perk, Hail Megatron, all the way. The next step is gear. As stated earlier, there was a specific piece of gear that I wanted to give Riptide, and that is the Chassis Cracker from Decepticon Directive. It needs a D4 in Brawn, but we have that sorted already. And this is a perfect weapon to include because as an intimidating weapon, it can impair. The more condition effects we can stack onto our enemies, the better off we are. This I put into his external slots because I want to use it in his surface invasion attack. The internal weapon slots I had some fun with. As a stand-in for his teeth, I went with a simple close combat blade. Why, do you ask? So that during requisition I can get leech siphons and put them on them. Leech siphons can only be put on close combat blades, so this being his teeth is perfect. The second is a close combat bludgeon, which his long whip tail stands in for. This is just silly fun, and I think it adds a lot to the ridiculousness. But if you don't like this particular arrangement, by all means, please do, but do try to keep onto that Chassis Cracker. It's so good. With that out of the way, let's go to the essence scores. As usual, I like to use the suggested spread of 4, 3, 3, 2. For Riptide, I wanted to get a good balance, so I put the +4 in Social, +3 in Smarts, +3 in Speed, and a +2 in Strength. Social Essence gains slowest in Warrior, so I needed this as an early boost. As for the skills, for Social, I put 3 points into Persuasion, and the last point into a specialization of Persuasion in Arguments. This is because I want to lean into the Might Makes Right bonus and the conditions it inflicts on your enemies. Under Smarts, I put 1 point into Alertness, Survival, and Culture. While he's a smart guy, he's not focused on his intelligence, so I'd rather spread this thin so he suffers less snag penalties. Under Speed, I put 2 into Initiative and 1 into Driving. Having a high initiative is its own reward, and his alt mode's ram attack does count as a reach attack, so why not be at least a little good at it? Lastly, the 2 skills in strength go to might. This is our primary combat stat, so it would be a nice boost to start. Hey, you've made it this far into the video. Thank you for that. Seems like you're liking the video, so please show that you do by hitting the thumbs up button down below. Maybe leave a comment, tell me what you're enjoying. Well, with the start established, let's get into the layers of this BLT. This time we're going to level 10 to get the complete build. Level 2. At level 2, we get the Warrior's Charge perk, which pairs excellently with the Cutter's Surface Invasion perk. These two work great together, as the Surface Invasion provides the needed movement and grants the extra attack to use on. Level 2 also gives us a +1 to our Strength Essence, and since this specifically calls for our Might skills, I would put this into specializing of Might in Up Close and Personal, but do run that past your GM. You want the specialization to show his brutal tactics and how he gets up there, up close, face to face, teeth in your face. However, there is an argument to be made to put this point into Persuasion. Level 3. This level's perk, Never Unarmed, falls into the camp of manifest melee weapons, in the way that it'll probably be rarely used, but it's better to have it and not need it than not have it when you do need it. Level 3 also grants us a +1 to Speed Essence, which is nice. I put that point into Driving. Again, the ram attack completely fits with everything else we're doing. Level 4. Oh man, I have been waiting for this one. As always, level 4 is the general perk level, and there's a general perk I have been eyeing up. For the longest time, it was the perk I got with the drone origin, but in the end I decided Might Makes Right was better. This level is Cybertroid Catalyst from Decepticon Directive. Not only does this fit thematically with the ever-hungry shark thing, but mechanically it's a thing of beauty with your leech siphon teeth. Just read these things carefully and enjoy. This level also grants us a +1 to the Smarts Essence, which I then put into Alertness. Level 5. Level 5 is one that really helps you stay alive. As we've not put a lot of points into conditioning, Riptide is much more of a glass cannon. This perk helps him out quite a bit. And when this level gets you a +1 to your Strength Essence, I felt it only right to put that point into conditioning. May as well capitalize on the survival, right? Level 6. This is where things start to go crazy for Riptide. Level 6's perk, Position of Power, is where we really capitalize on giving our enemies those status conditions. And as someone who is an aggressive attacker, who doesn't want to deal extra damage? And since we love to hand out status conditions, the +1 to Social Essence here, we put that directly into Persuasion, so that Might Make Right checks goes even smoother. Level 7. Level 7's perk, Expanded Arsenal, is again a handy one to have, but not really a key focus for this build. Don't get me wrong, when you need it, it's amazing. However, it's not what this character is focused on. The +1 to your Speed Essence this level grants is very nice, and I put that into Initiative, because we want to go first and we want to go hard. Level 8. We are once again in the realm of general perks, and there's one I've been wanting to grab for 2 entire levels now, and that is Cruel from Decepticon Directive. This perk makes pretty much all of our attacks roll with edge, and sometimes do extra damage. What's not to love, other than its level 6 requirement? Level 8 also gives us +1 to our Smarts Essence, and I put that into Technology. Again, spreading wide to avoid penalties. Plus he stuffed his face into enough robots to really know what to bite down on. Level 9. Level 9 is one that seems to be gift-wrapped for us. This perk, No Escape, gives us an extra attack when an enemy moves within range. Come too close? Chomp. Try to run away? Slice. It's beautiful. At this level, we're given another +1 to Strength, and here I say follow your spark. Might, Persuasion, Conditioning are all very good here. I'm putting it into Might for this level. Level 10. Level 10 is another wonderful level for us. The perk, Crippling Blow, gives our target one of 3 really nasty conditions after we deal damage, but we have to take a downshift to do it. So if you're really worried about this, you can use your once per scene bonuses from your influences to turn this into an upshift. Put it on your surface invasion and charge attack, and this becomes a devastating attack at a free action speed. Then just keep attacking them for more bonuses. Very nasty. Like level 9, this level grants us a +1 to our strength essence, and like before, might or persuasion or conditioning are all very good. This time I went with conditioning. And at this point, for what I had in mind for Riptide, our shark that can smell the energon in the water, he's done. I was able to put a great hunger into a very nasty package and with a great theme. Fighting against him is miserable, and early on he gets extra attacks. He's mean, he's nasty, he is beautiful. And I hope everyone who plays him loves him and talks like a pirate or some other sea-bearing thing, because it's only more flavorful and fun. Arr, 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 arr. And with all that being said, here's where I'm going to say, thank ye all for watching me. Please remember to like, comment, and of course subscribe. 'Tis a little click for you, but a great big deal for me. And if you have enjoyed this video, check out the links down below for all my really good stuff. Links to the artist, my editor, and of course my Patreon campaign, where you can get a variety of rewards, including early access to all my videos, and votes to see what bot I do next. Thank you all for joining me, and I shall see you all on the next one. And I'd like to give a special shout out to all my patrons who help make these videos possible. Aaron Smith, Brian Pelfrey, Chris Armstrong, Dennis Detman, Harry Thompson, and Mark Milius. Thank you all so much for your contributions. I wouldn't have this channel without you. Thank you very much.